what's your next pursuit? Like, what are you going after next?
I've sort of got two. So I've got the, dare I say, the same damn pursuit I've always been on. Just a little bit differently though, because the pursuit of being in shape and getting to a position where I'm happy with myself and with my my own performance and look and everything, and the physical wellness
Yeah.
side of things, but looking at it through a new lens of like, I am going to be 30 next year, so I'm getting a
Oh
little
wow,
older. Don't say oh wow, that's not funny.
that's crazy, man. Dude, I feel like I'm still 23 sometimes.
Yeah, no, I literally I have to ask people like they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, born in 91.
I know you gotta do the math. You're like 28, 27,
Yeah, something like that.
30.
Yeah.
How old am I again? Yeah.
But yeah, sort of, getting back into that and like understanding, like, I've got some injuries too from years of just battering my body and just trying to lift as much as I
Hmm.
possibly can. And I mean, it's just all those stupid workouts that we did. I mean, a lot of them together even, and, and
Oh
just
yeah.
like, my back's messed up, your back's messed up. My blood work is all over the place now from, because I really like when I hurt my back, I basically had to walk away from bodybuilding for a little bit, and sort of explore other things and just trying to lift and stuff. And, now I'm getting to a position where like my back feels a little better and, I can lift the way I want to and actually, enjoy it and
Hmm.
everything else. And, now I have the hernia that I'm going to have to get fixed. And, there's nothing off in my blood work by any means. I'm not saying I have any like health issues. I just, I'm always, again, it's part of this pursuit of like, my blood work is where it is and it can be better, you know?
Hmm.
So just kind of going on that and then looking at it from the standpoint of health and the standpoint of, the next 10 years as opposed to the next 10 weeks for this bodybuilding show that we're going to diet for, and sort of looking at it a different lens. And don't get me wrong, bodybuilding will always be a big part of it just because like that's how I enjoy to lift. That's how I enjoy working out. I
Yeah.
like having structure. I like having that meal structure, that workout structure, that sleep structure, that cardio structure. It allows me to be grounded. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people like to just walk in the gym and do whatever they want, but that's just kind of how I do it. And so like going through sort of this period of rebirth between like I'm a hardcore bodybuilder trying to compete and now becoming like, okay, I'm trying to be in shape. I'm trying to be happy with how I look, happy with my workouts and everything else. And then everything else kind of just doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I guess like if you had to really like pinpoint kind of your next step or your next journey, is that into more um, physical wellness overall and feeling good, looking good, um, and just not having the aches and pains of back pain or hernias or anything else.
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's I like if I'm pain free, but I can only bench press 135 pounds, I'm not going to be happy. And if I can bench
Hmm.
press 500 pounds, but it's crippling pain every time I stand up, then I'm also not going to be happy. So it's almost finding that fulcrum point in the balance beam of like where can I be
Mm,
to where I am happy in these different facets and these different goals that I have. So it's
yeah.
I have I mean, like we talked about in my personal podcast. I have really really big goals, and I have smaller goals along the way to meet those big goals. And so my first small goal right now is 330 pounds and bench squat and deadlift 400. Now I'm not going to do that with a hernia, you know. So there's no way
No.
that I can even accomplish the second half of that goal. I mean, like, yeah, I can bench press 400 pounds right now. Yeah, I could probably deadlift it. I probably can't squat it because of the hernia. But once that gets fixed, it's going to be sort of that journey to get back to that place. And then also, even in
Hmm.
that post surgery recovery environment, what am I doing with my nutrition and what am I doing with my recovery? And, I mean, there's going to be physical therapy. It's going to be part of it. It's again going to be
Yeah.
a very multifaceted sort of, pursuit. So we'll sort of follow along until that first benchmark, and then we'll explore how to set the second benchmark to order to get to the ultimate goal is sort of what I'm going
Hmm.
to do with that pursuit.
I like it. So I got I got a question. Who would you want to bring on to the show if you could like bring anybody on for that?
Probably somebody who has made that transition themselves from competitive to now just wanting to look good, stay in shape. Say you're talking a Jason Hudd, Jay Cutler, somebody who is sort of out of the
Yeah,
game
yeah,
and is sort of, they still lift like bodybuilders because they, that's all they know.
yeah.
So it's be
Oh
interesting to
man,
see
that'd be
somebody who's
tough.
already at that ultimate goal of what I have now of, getting out of the game, but
Yeah.
now they're healthy, they feel good, and they still enjoy everything that they're doing.
Well, that's a hard part because some of the stuff it's like an unlearning of your identity
Yeah.
because it's like lifting weights. I've done that for since I was like 12 or 13, really. So I've done this for like 15 years. And like that's when I had my first trainer, when I started doing like leg curls and squats. And like I know I need to let it go
Right.
to fix my back. And
See, I don't think you need to let
but
it
there's
go though. I think you can just change your perception of it and change your
mhm,
paradigm. Like you don't have to be
yeah,
a ripped 280-pound monster, like you can still be happy and content with your physique and do lighter poundages is going to be a little easier on your joints and take, more health supplements rather than like, stuff just to make you grow.
protein. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Because dude, we were loading it up. Like I
Oh yeah.
remember taking a handful of pills and then 3 scoops of protein after
Oh
a
yeah.
workout. Yeah. Or being drunk and taking some casein before you go to bed.
But it's,
Uh,
it was just crazy the amount of like stuff that we asked our bodies to do. Here's all this food, process all this. Here's all these supplements, make sure that you utilize all that too. Oh, and I'm also going to put you through a workout until you want to die and throw up. And then I'm going to sleep like an hour and a half. And then I'm going to get up the next day and do it all again. And you better be okay with it. And it's like my kidneys are looking at me like, bro, am I a joke to you? Like,
yeah. What do you expect me to do? Everything here?
that's
Not gonna give
right.
me a break at all? Could you just drink
Right.
some water instead of that Diet Coke?
Literally. How much caffeine do we have today? A gram? I'm not going to sleep. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember that. Taking like fat burners to work and just be in class too. Man, it was crazy.
Mm, yeah. So that's my first pursuit. I think obviously it's a pursuit I've been working on for a long time, but I think I've been sort of spinning my wheels, and I think a lot of people were probably in the same places as me, really even up to 2 weeks ago, where okay,
Yeah.
I do this because this is what I've always done, and I'm happy doing it and everything else, but I'm not really getting anywhere, and the pain is still there, and I'm not getting stronger, and I'm not getting leaner, and all this other stuff. So it takes a little bit of self reflection, a little bit of self actualization, in order
Hmm.
to set those different goals and whatnot. But I'm actually really excited to sort of talk about that transition and talk about, because I don't even think I'm still fully there. I still go into the gym and I still have to like resist putting the pin down or picking up the even bigger dumbbells, and I'm like, okay, let's take a break. Let's just do some more reps. Like,
Calm down. It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I know. Cause that's your identity. It's
Mhm.
like you want to lift more weight, and that's part of you that you have to. I'm not. I guess like letting go is the best word I can think of, but there's probably a better word for it. Um, Otherwise, like we just go back to the same patterns that we have, kind of like my relationships too.
Mm.
Like I'm used to being a certain way in a relationship, and that's what a relationship means to me. So how can I shift that paradigm, like as you're talking about? And yeah, some things may stay the same, but how can I shift my mentality and the way I view it to ultimately create a different space for me to be in, rather than just be the same person that I was last time and perpetuating those patterns. So
Yeah. And that can be difficult to
I'm
do.
looking forward to it. Yeah. Oh, it is. It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah. I guess I'm really looking forward to just each area of wellness and picking up knowledge and
Yeah.
seeing where we go from there too.
I think that's why, I'm excited about, both of my pursuits that I've picked out. And if you and I want to do some, mini pursuits or whatever we want to call them along the way, but, I'm excited about my first pursuit, but the second one and the idea of like, so doing the social wellness pursuit and trying to learn Spanish so that I can be a little more immersed in my wife's culture.
Yeah.
I am really excited about that too, because it's just like you said, it's the idea that you can learn and you can kind of grow along the way. And I'm a I'm a white dude who grew up in the hood, and I know my culture, and I know my family's culture. And I mean, you can call it ghetto, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't think we're ghetto. It's just the way where we, we're a product of our environment, and I think when I
100%.
got to college, I changed a lot about myself. I mean, obviously I don't I don't wear my gold teeth anymore, and I've gotten rid of a lot of my Jordan collection. And I actively daily try to speak a little more clearly and not use slang and stuff like that. So there was that transitional period, and then I became this this author and this stoic person, and I go to university, I have a master's degree, and it's like now I'm realizing like it's not all about that, like having degrees and
No.
everything is not all it's cracked up to be now. And now that I'm working on the third one,
Oh,
so
exactly.
I mean, hell, you've got 2 degrees,
And it's not fun either when you're trying to be somebody else too.
Yeah.
When you're like down to my core, I know this isn't it. And I think I realized that when I was working at UBS
Hmm.
for a bunch of auditors. And if you've ever been a technology support group for a bunch of auditors, I would highly recommend not ever doing it in your entire life. And
10
that's
out of
when I
10,
realized,
I
like,
recommend.
yeah, no one should ever do it. Oh, dude, it was terrible. Just very monotonous. Everybody had this exact same conversations. And it was weird because all the auditors would come to my desk and talk to me because I would actually give them an engaging conversation
Hmm.
rather than talking about the C card documentation that they need to fill out, or how's this balance sheet look. And man, I feel like people just are hungry for authenticity.
Hmm.
And that's why I love you, because you are super authentic. You're just yourself. Like, you're not gonna apologize for how you are or how you act or who you are.
Hmm.
And that's honestly why I love the idea of starting a podcast with you, because you're just you,
Right.
and you're
It
funny.
took a long
You're
time
like
to
a
get
good,
there, though.
funny to listen to. Yeah. What do you mean? Why do you say that?
Well, because like again, like
Just like the
in high school, like I was this person, right? And then I got to college and I was this person, and like then I got to
mhm.
my master's degree, and I now I have my job at the university. And I'm this person, and I finally realized, like looking back at those people, I was like, man, I feel like I'm not me anymore. So it took a period of like just like I am who I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna try and be
Yeah.
nicer to somebody. Like, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I know I'm a lot sometimes. I know I'm very outspoken. I'm very vocal. I mean, I'm 6'4" and I'm, almost 350 pounds. So I take
You
up
stand
space,
out. Yeah.
like you're not gonna miss
You're
me,
not
like I'm
hiding.
gonna walk by, like, no. So, you know, I
Oh
finally
yeah.
like I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. I think is the
Mhm.
biggest thing right now. And I like who I am as a person. And I think a lot of people maybe don't know who they are at their core. And it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of reflection, and everything. Luckily, bodybuilders do cardio, so you get plenty of time to on
Boom.
Stairmaster to think about who you are and what you want as a person. But
Especially at 4 in the morning.
oh my god, running the stairs with
Oh,
little
that's so
Matt.
funny. Yeah.
That
Oh
was
man.
nuts.